Tourists come to Kenya's coast searching for paradise. They come for white sand beaches stretching into blue distance, for palm trees swaying in warm ocean wind, for coral reefs glowing beneath clear water, for honeymoon resorts, seafood dinners, sunset-dhow cruises, and the promise of escape. They come for light, but beneath some of the most beautiful places in Kenya lies darkness. Beneath cliffs, beneath coral stone, beneath mangroves and villages, there are openings in the earth. Caves. Some were formed by nature over thousands of years. Some became shelters. Some became sacred places. Some became hiding grounds. And some became chambers of human suffering during one of the darkest trades in East African history. Locals speak of strange echoes. Visitors describe a heavy feeling. Guides tell stories of spirits, ancestors, jinn, and warnings not to enter certain places after sunset. And beyond the legends, there are real dangers. Sharp coral rock, low oxygen pockets, bats, flooding tides, disorientation, collapses, and the oldest fear of all, being trapped underground. This is the hidden world beneath Kenya's coast, a place where paradise ends and shadows begin. Kenya's coastline stretches for more than 500 kilometers along the Indian Ocean. It is home to some of East Africa's most recognizable destinations. Mombasa, historic port city of forts, ferries, and Swahili culture. Diani Beach, world-famous white sands and luxury resorts. Watamu, marine parks, coral life, boutique tourism. Kilifi, creeks, cliffs, and deep coastal heritage. Malindi, old trade routes and beach tourism. Shimoni, gateway to islands and caves heavy with history. Lamu, timeless island culture and stone architecture. To most visitors, the coast means relaxation. But coastlines are layered places. Trade routes brought wealth. They also brought violence. Religions arrived. So did conflict. Communities built settlements. Nature kept carving below them. The result is a coastline with beauty on the surface and buried stories beneath it. Many of Kenya's coastal caves were formed in limestone and fossilized coral rock. This matters because coral stone behaves differently from granite or mountain rock. Rainwater, slightly acidic by nature, seeps through cracks over long periods. It dissolves limestone slowly, drip by drip, century by century. Small fractures widen, channels deepen, rooms appear. Some ceilings collapse and reopen. Some passages remain hidden. This process creates caves, tunnels, chambers, sink-like hollows, and jagged voids. At the coast, the sea adds another force. Salt water enters cracks, tides push and retreat, wind drives moisture, waves erode exposed faces. The result is a coast where land appears solid above, but may be hollow below. That is why many beautiful coastal cliffs hide cavities, why some beaches have cave mouths nearby, why some villages grew beside openings that felt ancient and mysterious. If one cave system on Kenya's coast carries the greatest emotional weight, it is Shimoni Caves. Located near the southern coast, not far from the Tanzanian border, Shimoni is known for its cave network and its connection to the East African slave trade. For generations, oral accounts and historical tourism narratives have described enslaved Africans being held in these caves before transport through coastal routes. Imagine the geography. Outside the cave, blue sea, birdsong, warm sunlight, palm trees moving gently. Inside, darkness, humidity, fear, people waiting, waiting without certainty, waiting without power, waiting beneath paradise. That contrast is what makes Shimoni unforgettable, not simply because it is a cave, but because it is a cave tied to memory. Many visitors today report a heavy atmosphere when walking through the chambers. Some describe silence that feels unnatural. Others say the knowledge of what happened there changes the air itself. That is not proof of ghosts. It is proof that history can alter experience. To understand why places like Shimoni Caves matter, viewers must understand the broader system. The East African slave trade involved networks moving enslaved people through inland routes toward coastal ports, then onward across the Indian Ocean world. Families were broken, communities raided, people marched long distances. Some died before reaching the coast. Others were confined in holding areas before shipment. Not every detail of every cave use is documented in the way modern viewers may expect, but the coast undeniably served as a major route in this system. That means caves associated with confinement are not just tourist curiosities. They are memorial spaces, places where architecture met cruelty, and where the ocean, for some, became the road to disappearance. Modern visitors entering Shimoni Caves often mention several recurring sensations. Sudden temperature shift, hot coastal air outside, cooler, heavier air inside. 2. Distorted sound. One step echoes strangely, voices bounce unexpectedly. 3. Claustrophobic emotion. Low ceilings or enclosed chambers create tension. 4. Historical weight. Knowing the site's reputation changes how people feel. 5. Uneven ground. Darkness plus rough footing creates physical caution. Many first-time visitors underestimate how quickly caves affect the mind. A person may feel calm at the entrance, then uneasy within minutes. Caves trigger ancient instincts. For most of human history, darkness meant uncertainty. Predators could hide there. Rivals could hide there. You could become trapped there. Inside a cave, modern senses become less reliable. Vision weakens, direction becomes uncertain, sound deceives, distance feels altered, time feels slower. This is why even confident people can panic underground, and once panic begins, poor decisions follow. Rushing, separating from a group, dropping light sources, ignoring guides, trying shortcuts. That psychological danger is real. Urban Kenya often feels far from mystery, but even near Mombasa, hidden stone spaces and cave zones exist within a wider landscape shaped by coral rock and historical settlement. Locals in many coastal towns grow up with stories of places children should not enter, places where people once hid, places where snakes rest, places where criminals might gather, places where voices travel strangely. Whether every story is true matters less than what it reveals. Cities do not erase older landscapes. Modern roads can pass directly over forgotten voids. The myths attract attention, but the practical dangers deserve respect. Sharp coral stone. Coral limestone can cut skin deeply. Slippery surfaces, moisture, algae, and compacted sand create falls. Low visibility. One failed flashlight can change everything. Loose rock, natural erosion can weaken sections. Confined passages. Panic in narrow spaces is dangerous. Air quality guano-rich chambers or poorly ventilated pockets may feel difficult to breathe. Wildlife, bats, insects, snakes, and other small creatures may occupy spaces before humans do. Across travel forums, local guiding stories, and anecdotal visitor accounts, common experiences include visitors turning back suddenly due to claustrophobia, people slipping on wet stone steps near cave entrances, tourists startled by bats and dropping phones or torches, children becoming frightened by darkness and refusing to continue, people misjudging tide timing near sea-adjacent cavities, minor cuts from brushing against sharp coral walls. These may not always become headlines, but quietly deadly danger is often ordinary danger ignored until too late. Watamu is known globally for marine beauty, but coral cave spaces in the wider region represent another side of that same geology. The same reef systems that create paradise scenery can create brutal surfaces underground. A polished social media image rarely shows jagged rock edges, narrow, unstable footing, salt-slick ledges, dark pockets with no signal. This is the pattern of the coast. The postcard and the warning often share the same frame. Across the Swahili coast and wider East African Indian Ocean world, beliefs in unseen beings such as jinn are historically familiar cultural concepts. So when communities encountered caves, old wells, ruins, and isolated chambers, stories naturally formed. Some tales say, certain caves should not be entered after sunset. Disrespectful visitors invite bad luck. Voices answering from darkness are not echoes. Offerings were once left at sacred spaces. Some places belong to ancestors, not tourists. These are beliefs, not verified facts. But legends persist because caves feel like thresholds, half nature, half imagination. At Manarani ruins, visitors encounter remains of an older Swahili settlement overlooking the creek. Where ruins stand, stories multiply. Tunnels are imagined, treasure is rumored, guardians are invented. Even when no hidden chamber exists, people feel one should. Why? Because stone ruins awaken the sense that something is missing, and caves nearby become natural containers for that missing history. During day, a cave may feel educational. At night, the same entrance becomes threatening. Moonlight does not illuminate depth. Wind sounds larger. Ocean surge resembles movement. Trees outside cast shifting shadows. Your own footsteps feel followed. This is why many traditional warnings attach to sunset. Darkness transforms landscape into psychology. Throughout history, hidden spaces attract hidden activity. Around the world, caves and abandoned underground areas have been used for smuggling storage, secret meetings, temporary hiding, contraband concealment. This does not mean every Kenyan coastal cave has such a history, but the principle matters. Where visibility ends, misuse can begin. That possibility alone shapes local sea. That possibility alone shapes local caution. Visitors expect danger in forests or deserts, not near resorts, not beside beaches, not after a seafood lunch. That false sense of security is exactly why hidden coastal risks matter. A traveler sees an opening in rock and thinks, adventure, not structure, tide, history, wildlife, orientation, emergency access. Quietly, deadly places depend on assumption. A local guide often notices details tourists miss. Cloud movement affecting tide timing, fresh rock debris near an entrance, bat activity indicating deeper chambers, unstable wet surfaces, areas where sound suggests open shafts. Places culturally avoided for reasons not written on signs. Knowledge is sometimes invisible until needed. At slave-linked cave sites, the greatest danger may be turning pain into entertainment. Some visitors laugh loudly, take playful photos, rush through, leave unchanged. But memorial landscapes ask for more. They ask viewers to imagine the people who had no exit ticket, no guided tour, no return to sunlight on demand. That emotional responsibility matters. Go respectfully. Use official or reputable local guides. Wear proper shoes. Carry reliable lighting. Check tides and weather. Do not force entry into closed or unstable areas. Do not mock spiritual beliefs of local communities. Do not treat memorial cave sites as props. And never assume beauty means safety. Kenya's coast deserves its reputation. It is beautiful, warm, historic, alive with culture. But beauty is never the whole truth. Beneath the beaches are chambers shaped by water and marked by people. Some held prayer, some held fear, some still hold danger, some hold memory so heavy that silence feels appropriate. Caves remind us of something modern life tries to forget. Darkness does not always live far away. Sometimes it lives directly beneath paradise, and sometimes the most beautiful places hide the deepest stories.